So let's jump right into Book Creator. And so you'll notice anything blue on the slide deck is linked for you to have easy access to. I've linked an introduction video, a one-pager instruction, as well as um, how to assign book templates to students. Book Creator is a digital tool that allows students to create interactive ebooks with texts, images, audio, and video embedded into it. And so, like I mentioned, every CSSD Learn account has a premium subscription to Book Creator. So there is nothing within the Book Creator website that you can't do with your Learn account. And so I wanted to share this with you because I thought it would be a great way for you to have students create and author their own books. And some of them you might want to offer them a template like the visual on the slide. That's a template for a vocabulary book. There's journal templates, there's word scramble templates, dictionary templates. And so the type of book that students can create, there's endless opportunities for students to be discovering what they'd like to do with it. Students can record themselves reading a book or a specific word, and then you can listen back, or you can have students listen to each other's recordings. So it does give you a piece of that speaking or reading evidence as well, because you are able to listen to students' either response to a video or a book, or you can hear them reading a book. What's beautiful about it is that you can author your own library with students because you can create a library or a class with students' books. Some of my favorite features when I was looking through Book Creator was that you can real-time collaborate similar to that of a Google Doc. So students can be working on the same book, the same template, the same journal at the same time, and can work together on the same task. There were hundreds of pre-made templates. So students would never get bored or redo the same assignment. There are so many amazing templates, and I will share some of my favorites with you in a few slides. I love the read to me feature because students could be have the book read to them. And what's great about that is that the book could be written in English, but could be read to the student in Spanish or in Japanese or in Tigrinya. It does use Google Translate, so Tigrinya is available. Um, and so you can also translate your transcriptions. And so students can voice record or video record, and it will post in transcriptions, which will also be translated. And so when you go into edit mode, I wanted to highlight a few of the features that would be helpful for you to highlight for students. So I made these slides hoping that you would be able to actually just take some of these slides and share them with your students so that they know how to work the tools within edit mode as well. And so if you take a look over in the right hand or left hand, yeah, right hand corner, you're going to see that the little plus button there will open up the opportunity for students to embed an image onto a page. They could embed a video or a picture. They could write on a page using a pen. They could write on a page using text, so they would type, or they could record an audio recording embedded into a page. And so you'll see that I chose this book template, which is a magazine, but within that magazine, there are many different page templates that you could choose. One with images, one with less images, more images. And this would be a really great way for students to be able to create some sort of infographic or something on content, but embedded visuals automatically. And so I wanted to highlight the translating features because they were a little bit more difficult to find. And so what I did is I just clicked onto the page that I was working on, very similar as you would in Canva. And so I clicked in and I went to edit the typing that was put in there. So I was going to go write about the camel journey. And I clicked the translate button, and then many languages were offered to me. And so once you click a language, it will translate that text for you. If you'd like to translate audio, you can click the audio button. So you would embed an audio feature. You'll get an audio button put into your slide deck or your page, and then you can click translate and the same language options will appear. What it looks like when you have a video transcript with it translated subtitles. And so this was just me playing with it the other day, but I recorded a video and the video was just explaining that you can turn on the captions. And then I tried to translate those captions. So you can see I was speaking in English, but the students would be able to read what I was saying in their home language. And so students would be able to access this on their own. So I think it's a great way to start an assignment out is by giving a little video recording with instructions and then having students translate that, or you can translate that, and then students would be able to move through the book and add in whatever you need them to do for your assignment. If you're in read mode, you'll be able to see in the top right-hand corner, there is the option to have the book read to you. And there's also the option to share the book. There's the option to make it full screen. And there's the option to see multiple pages of the book in a tile style view as well. When you go to read to me, you can change the language there as well. A great way to do, or a great way to start Book Creator is to start exploring other teachers' libraries that have been created. And so you can go into the Discover feature of Book Creator and you can explore other teachers' libraries that have been made public. And so if a teacher has done a writing assignment or a book assignment on nonfiction texts and their students have written these texts, students can read these other students' texts and they can have them read to them in different languages so that it is an inclusive environment for your English language learners as well. I wanted to highlight some of my favorite templates that you could use in ELD. And so I just wanted to make sure that I put a big arrow and highlighted this remix box. So for you to remix a template, that means that you're going to create an editable copy in your library that you can then share with students. And so back to the very first slide of Book Creator, I did put a guide on how to share that assignment with students so that each student in your class gets an individual copy of the template that they can edit. But it's important to push that remix button so that each student will get a copy of it. I'm going to click into some of these links just to show you, but one of my favorite ones that taught me all the tips and tricks of how to use Book Creator was the Try It Yourself guide. This was designed for teachers, for you to play with the tools that are within Book Creator. And so this is how I learned all these tips and tricks. It's kind of just a digital book that is designed to kind of prompt you to use a variety of tools within the Book Creator app. And then if you have some newcomer students, there's an All About Me journal or a learner profile. And so when you click into it, it'll say you can read it now. And you'll see that it gives you some information on it, but then it goes quickly into students embedding their own images into the book or writing so that they can share with them. This was designed for newcomer students, so it does recognize that students speak multiple languages and that they may have a different journey than other students. So you can see here on this page, it asks the students to insert their name, tell what languages that they speak, and what places they've lived in. And then here there's a spot for some media where the student might want to insert a picture of themselves or a video. It goes into having students describe themselves, and you can see that if you push these speaker audio icons, the words will be read to them. And so it's sort of like a get to know you workbook. I included a travel guide because I thought that might be a great addition to some of your units. I know leading up to Christmas holidays, I used to do a Christmas Around the World unit that I will share with you guys very soon in the coming weeks. It might be nice to have students create a travel guide based on that Christmas Around the World unit. You could prompt students to explore Christmas in a different country than their own or share about their own country. Um, a great tool within this book creator are the vocabulary notebooks. And so it did embed some Division 2 and Division 3 ones for you to share with your like the students' homeroom teachers as well. But you can see that the newcomer vocabulary book is really great because it has images embedded and some of the vocabulary that students would need to be successful or survive into a school environment. But then when you go into the Division 2 notebook, it has some really great templates that you could put subject specific or academic vocabulary into, and then the students could work on that. It has lots of morphology templates available. And so I just highlighted the prefix and suffix template. It's really wonderful because you can have students highlight or find the prefixes and suffixes kind of as a conclusion to maybe a lesson on it. But there's so many more available. I thought this Wisdom from Around the World was a very beautiful book that was created by a different class as well. And so when I share out this slide deck with you, my hope is that you can explore one of these options with your ELD class. If you do, I would be so happy to come out and do it with you or team teach this with you. Two hands is always better than one when you have students that are new to technology or this type of learning environment. So I'm more than happy to come on out. Just give me an email.